talking to deceased loved ones. So, do you want to talk to your deceased loved ones? Of course you do. You either want to get the last word in, or you want to ask if they are all right. Either way, bear with me because I have some explaining to do. Let's start from the beginning, sort of. You think of yourself as this human walking around doing whatever. But inside this human walking around doing whatever is a soul in most of you. Your soul is your true self and your connection to divinity or spiritualism. Like you, human, your soul has consciousness, a personality, a mind, and emotions. But unlike you, your soul is immortal. Yes, immortal. Your soul reincarnates over and over into different lifetimes. If you aren't open-minded enough to believe that, then you shouldn't be here. This is a lesson communicating with the metaphysical, or what is beyond the physical realm. I want you to now start thinking with your soul. Think big. See the planet Earth. Now see the universe with thousands of planets and galaxies and stars and constellations. You probably grew up knowing about heaven. Well, now think spirit world. It's bigger. Our loved ones haven't left us. They are still nearby to help us. You ask, why do we need help? Like you can do this on your own. Did you know that for thousands and thousands of years, the humans and souls have been controlled by keeping us in fear and telling us lies? Remember, think big. Because of this, our souls have forgotten what they are and what gifts they have and how to use them. This lifetime is for finding the truths and remembering, so we lose their control. If we communicate with your past loved ones, you can find out the truth. Every human with a soul has a spiritual family. Each of our spiritual families are much the same except personalized. For instance, my past ancestors, family, and friends will be different from yours. My soul has lived many reincarnations on different planets and stars than what you did. So, all those reincarnations from all those families are in your spiritual family. Think big. We have our own personal angels, plus all the different angels for everyone. The I am, or higher self of you, which is your connection to the spirit world and God and knows everything, is in your spiritual family. And so it's Father God and Mother God. I bet you didn't know about her. She has been kept from us along with the other lies. There's also Mother Earth, Father Sky, the moon, the sun, your innate, your cells, your DNA, your Merkaba, your spirit guide and guides, and the elementals and ascended masters. There's probably more that I don't even know about. All in your spiritual family. You may speak to any of them. I mean, how cool is that? If you aren't clairvoyant or clair something, you will have to use a pendulum to communicate with your spiritual family or anyone in particular. Psychics and mediums communicate through their own spiritual families. Some of them don't even know that. They have just always done it. Okay, a pendulum is simply a weight of something hanging from a string or chain to swing freely on its own from your hand. There are some different pendulums, or you can hang a washer from a string, about the same distance as these. Let me explain some of these to you. Let me show you this one. This one is wood. I've never seen another wood one for sale. I was taking a class many years ago, and she said that we need to buy this wood one that she was selling. Of course, at the time I was so new, I didn't know that you didn't really have to buy her pendulum. But anyway, it works. It's cool. It's very lightweight. I think it's birch. It's very lightweight, but it works. Once you connect one pendulum to you, all your other pendulums work. It's just automatic. Okay, this one is my favorite one. It sits next to my computer. I don't carry it with me because I would definitely break it by dropping it somewhere. So it sits next to my computer, and as I'm researching or whatever, I ask questions of it constantly. I don't trust what I'm being told on the internet, so I'm always asking, is this truth? If it's not going to be truth, I'm not even going to read it, because you sometimes don't forget what you read. So that's my favorite. Now this one has different purposes. It's a pendulum, but you can use it while you're meditating for different things. I don't know if you can see, it has patterns in it, so it does different things. This one I carry in my purse, so if I drop it, it's not going to break. It's made out of copper. It's really quite heavy. So if I'm shopping and I debate if I should buy something, I'll ask my spiritual family, is it in my best interest to buy this? And usually they tell me yes. So, warning, they think you should get whatever you want. This one, I had them made. I had seen one a long time ago like it and couldn't find it to buy. So someone in India made me some. And what they are different colors of gemstones. Now most pendulums are made out of gemstones, because gemstones have frequencies, they have healing power. Gemstones are important. Metal has frequencies and healing power. Wood has frequencies and healing power. Everything has frequencies in it, but not everything has so much healing power. So this represents the 7 main chakras in our body. We have over 200 chakras in our body. And what happens is energy flows through the chakras, and the chakras send the energy out to different parts of the body. And we have 7 main ones, and that's what this is. So there's 7 different beads on there, each a different color, because each chakra is a different gemstone and a different color, and that's what they represent. The actual pendulum is layered of different. I have an amethyst and all these different gemstones in it that are glued together. So the problem with this one is if you drop it, you more than likely will lose the bottom point of it and have to find it. And let me tell you, when you drop it and it goes moving across the floor, you can find it in the next room. It's amazing. I have one that I never did find the end of it. So, but they're pretty. Not one you want to carry with you, though, because it will get broken. Now, you can make them with a washer and a string, or if you have a necklace with a pendulum or a pendant hanging from it that's heavier. It doesn't have to be, you don't want it to be too heavy, and you don't want it to be too light. Like this wood one is very, very light, but it still swings. And this metal one is quite heavy, actually, and I have some heavier. But it still swings, so you're pretty safe usually. But this is a necklace, and you don't want to hang it this way. Whoops. Okay, you want one strand hanging down, so you take the clasp, drape it over your finger, hold it with your thumb, and then you have one strand hanging down. Okay? So you don't want two. You want just the one strand hanging down. Even with the string, you only have one strand hanging down. Okay, when you put it on, let me use this one because I think you can see it better. The end of the chain or string or whatever has a bead on it. Something. So when you lay it over your index finger, your pointy finger, I call it, you hold it with your thumb, and it keeps it from falling off. If you just have a string, you could put a knot in it, a couple knots probably. Excuse me. Or you can wrap it around a couple of times and then hold that. But you have to make it secure and use your thumb to make it secure. And when you do it, then you hold it away from your body. You never move it. Your spiritual family's doing the moving, not you. Okay? You make sure you have enough room for it to swing, because it's going to swing, sometimes a lot, sometimes just a little bit. They just swing a little bit with me now. And all I get is yes and no. I don't get all the other things. So, but that's basically, you put it on your finger, and that's what you do. Okay, this is a reading I received from a channeling from my spiritual family. Now, I'll just read it to you. The pendulum is a sacred tool, and yet, like all tools, it works best when paired with discernment and inner stillness. Sometimes spirit responds not to the words of our question, but to the energy behind it. A pendulum is sensitive. It may reflect not just the answer from above, but the emotion within you. This doesn't mean it is unreliable. It simply means your connection is alive, responsive, relational. So your emotional state has a lot to do with the answers from the pendulum. First, before we learn the pendulum, you had better ask your spiritual family if they will even help you from now on, in all ways possible. So, ask your spiritual family loud enough so your ears can hear. Spiritual family, will you help me from now on in all possible ways? Okay? If you don't ask them for help, and you only have to do it this one time, okay? They don't butt in. So they don't give you any kind of help. And believe me, you can get all sorts of help now that you've asked. And in so many different ways. So when you're speaking to them through the pendulum, you're going to use the pendulum and you're speaking through to them. Be polite. Say please and thank you. Be specific. Don't ask for opinions or use the words should or supposed to. Say something more like, is it in my best interest to? Or, knowing what my future entails, would it be better for me to do this or do that? So then you have to say, do this and wait for an answer, and then do that and wait for an answer. Don't expect much from timing questions or future questions. There are no times or beginnings or ends on the other side. Also, we earthlings have free will, which can change anything they may predict or see possible. I usually speak to my whole spiritual family in general. I figure whomever has time will answer. If the question is about my health, I will speak directly to my innate. If you are into prayers, you may speak directly to Father God. But I should tell you, Mother God is the doer. I had it explained to me that Father God is so massive, he's into emotions. After all, he is inside all of us, even the bad people. And Mother God flits around getting things done. Made perfect sense to me. As I was heading for the sign that would total my car, I asked for protection from my angels. Needless to say, I didn't have time for the pendulum. And as you see, I was saved. Now for the pendulum. Okay, so you know how to hold it. You drape it over your index finger and you hold it and you hold it out so it has room to move, because your spiritual family is going to move it accordingly. Let's get one out here. Okay, so you're holding it out and you are polite and ask questions, and make sure the question will only have one answer. Okay? For the first time you do this, and only the first time, you will have to connect the pendulum with your spiritual family. And if you have more than one pendulum, they will all be connected after this. So say, spiritual family, could we please connect? To say yes, could you please swing the pendulum clockwise? Can we make no counterclockwise? I don't know or can't say, go side to side. And maybe front to back. So can we connect? If yes, you're all set. If no, keep asking questions until you find out why and fix it. I was in a class many years ago to learn this, and the instructor, who knew what she was doing, couldn't get mine to connect. My spiritual family was teasing me and giving me a hard time. That's what they say now. So I don't know, because I really didn't know anything back then. So now you're connected. If you want to allow someone else to use your pendulum once, Ask your spiritual family if it is okay. You have to ask because your pendulum is part of you, and they are connecting to their own spiritual family. You may also program it for other answers. Now, let me read you the list and deeper meaning of the answers you may receive as it relates to the question in you. Okay, clockwise, circular swing, yes. That means open, your clear perception of reality. Counterclockwise, circular swing, no, means you're closed, perception of reality, not clear, not allowing inspired energy to be spread throughout mind and body. Now the vertical line, the front to back, which is maybe, your overly stoic ideals, immovable chakra energy is cluttered. Basically, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. So horizontal line swings side to side, I don't know or can't say. Strong blockage due to denial. Right, okay. Then the right diagonal line swing to the right shoulder, which is this way. Aggressive nature dominates. Left diagonal line where it swings to the left shoulder, passive nature dominates. Clockwise chaotic. So it's going in the circle clockwise, but it's not a nice circle, or it's bouncy, okay? I just did that, Spirit did. It's doing that because, well, it resembles a flower or energy shape drawn in the clockwise motion. So great transitions are taking place, positive changes with new insights into problems. This is good. Counterclockwise chaotic resembles a flower or energy shape drawn in a counterclockwise motion. Transitions that are taking place are not in the best interest of self and others. Change being thought of may not be the most beneficial or spiritual growth and learning. So that's not good. That means you better change your ways. Closed, which means it's not moving at all and it refuses to move. Great fear of consequences related to change. Stuck in a pattern of fear. When I think about it, that might be what my problem was back when I was learning to use this, because I was in fear of everything. I was suddenly on my own, learning to talk to my son that passed. It was just, yeah, now that I think about it, I was in fear. That's why they wouldn't talk to me. Now you say you were teasing me, So when you're talking, give the spiritual family time to answer and time to change the swing for another question. You can say stop. You've got an answer. Okay, say stop, then ask another question. So you can do that in between questions. Basically, I think of it as talking to my best friends. Relax. They love you and they want to help you. They may channel to you an idea or read a particular book or attend a class. Channeling. That's a whole other subject for another time. If you pick up on the idea and they're channeling you to read a certain book or attend the class, use that info to ask questions of your spiritual family. So say you're reading the book or attending the class, ask questions of your spiritual family and you will learn so much more about the book or class or you. You have to understand that sometimes the author or the person who writes an article or a channeler, a lot of things on Facebook or whatever, it's not necessarily because they're lying. It's more because they had a channel to them. It's not like Spirit talks to you and you get it clear. You know, it comes in weird ways. I had a friend that actually saw movies. That's how she got channeled. I always thought that was kind of cool. And so you have to decipher, what did they say to me? So the problem is they may have deciphered it wrong. Not that they're lying. They just deciphered it wrong. So that's why you have to ask questions. I've read so many books that they were on the wrong track completely. But I learned so much from the book because I asked questions throughout it. Because I was learning about myself, I'm writing a book. My Healing Miracles for You. It's not published yet. It's at the end though. It's time. Through the last couple years of the book was me learning so many things because of the questions I was asking. They would send me certain books that I wouldn't know of otherwise. And I would read the book, and as I read it, I would ask so many questions. Take me twice as long to read the book because of all the questions I asked. And then I was to put that information into my book. So my book is going to be so full of stuff, and it's all truth because my spiritual family told me. And I question it and make sure I got it right. So my book is full of truth and a lot of eye-openers. But that's what you can do. When you're learning, you will learn about yourself so much. You can ask there's 144,000 souls out there that have special stuff to do. And you can ask if you're one of the 144,000. I mean, you can ask all kinds of questions. As you're reading about it, say, am I one of them? And make sure that you're ask the question explicitly, okay? So now you know how to speak to your past loved ones and many more. Have fun and ease the pain in your heart. Thank you for watching. I hope you have learned something to take away from this whole video, and I pray your soul has remembered something. I am Gloria Bell, cellular healer and master of divinity. Once a month, I have a Zoom amazing healing session. So check the shop page on my website. Learn more what is happening on the Facebook spiritual page. You can contact me at gloria@healingyou.info. My website is www.healingyou.info. I have a blog that you can get to from my website. I send you love. Thank you.